everyone, welcome to Unacademy. This is Riya Agarwal and today we are going to see some problems on pie charts where the data is given in percentage. Also you can download the Unacademy learning app from App Store or Play Store and follow me there to find more of my courses. Also you can rate, review and share the video with your friends. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let us continue with our course on data interpretation, which was about pie charts, and today we are going to see problems where all the data are given in percentage. Here is a little about me section. I am an electronics and communication engineer and I have scored 98.29 percentile in DI and LR section of CAT 2017. About pie charts, we have already seen the theoretical knowledge in the previous lesson, and here I'll just repeat the basic formula that is to be used. The value of the sector by the total value into 100% gives you any value in percentage. Like in this pie chart, if you see this value 9, I'll just convert it to percentage here. I've taken the value of the sector, that is 9, upon the total value, which is 123, which I got by adding up all these values, into 100% gives me 7.3%, which is the value of this sector in percentage. Also, we can convert these values into degrees. How do we do that? We know that a circle subtends an angle of 360 degree to the center. So, all I have to do is replace this 100% by 360 degrees in this formula. So, here it is. I have taken this sector 8 upon the total value 123 into 360 degrees give me 23.41 degree. Or I could have done this in one more method, that is converting it into percentage first and then taking 6.5% of 360, that is again 23.41 degrees, which are same values. Next, key skills involved. Number 1, we need to read the figures very closely and carefully. Number 2, we should never over approximate just to simplify our task. Number 3, we should never assume any information. We should just use all the clues given in the question. Also note that data interpretation is all about arithmetic and calculation speed, which can be mastered if you can focus and practice. Problem 1. The following pie chart shows the percentage distribution of the expenditure incurred in publishing a book. Okay, so let me check. Printing cost was 20%, transportation cost 10%, paper cost 25%, binding cost 20%, royalty 15% and promotion cost 10%. Okay, so now we'll move on to the questions. Question 1. If for a certain quantity of books, the publisher has to pay 30,600 rupees as printing cost, then what will be the amount of royalty to be paid for these books? Okay, so it is very simple. We'll just use the ratio method. See, we know that the printing cost is 20% and royalty is 15%. And we also know the printing cost in rupees is 30,600, and what we have to find, royalty in rupees, let us take that to be R. Now 20 is to 15 is equal to 30,000 is to R. We can easily find R from this. 15 by 20 into 30,600 gives us 22,950. Hence our correct option is option C. Next question. Question 2. What is the central angle of the sector corresponding to the expenditure incurred on royalty? All we have to do is convert this percentage of royalty, that is 15%, to degrees. How can we do that? The total degree is 360 degree. So I'll just take 15% of that. 15% of 360 degree will give me 54 degrees, which is my answer. Option C. Question 3. The price of the book is marked 20% above the cost price. If the marked price of the book is rupees 180, then what is the cost of the paper used in the single copy of the book? So the single book is marked at rupees 180, which is 20% above the cost price. So we can say marked price is equal to 120% of cost price. So this gives me the cost price. I can find out cost price using 100 by 120 into 180, which is 150 rupees. Once I have the cost price, it becomes very easy. Now I can check from the graph that the paper used, the cost was 25% of the total cost. So I can take 25% of the cost price, which we have just now found out to be 150. And I'll get my answer, that is 37.50. Option B. Next question. If 5,500 copies are published and the transportation cost on them amounts to 82,500, then what should be the selling price of the book? so that the publisher can earn a profit of 25%. Okay, so we'll take one step at a time. We know that the transportation cost is just the 10% of the cost price, which is 82,500. So the cost price becomes 10 times of this cost, that is 8,25,000. So we have the cost price here. Now for the publisher to earn 25% profit, SP should be 125% of cost price. The selling price should be 125% of cost price, which is 10,31,250 rupees. Now I have the number of books that are to be printed, so I can find out the cost of the single book by dividing this price by 5,500, which gives me 187.50 rupees. So my correct option is option A. Next question. Question 5. Royalty on the book is less than printing cost by, so royalty is 15% and the printing cost is 20%. And since I can clearly see that the options are all in percentage, so all I have to do is subtract this and then divide it. So first I take the difference, that is 5%, 20 minus 15 is 5%, and since I have to find the percentage in terms of printing cost, it comes in the denominator, that is 20%. So 5% of CP by 20% of CP into 100 gives me 25%. So royalty on the book is less than the printing cost by 25%. Moving on to the next question, problem 2. The following pie chart shows the number of students who failed in different subjects in an exam. Examine the chart and answer the following. The total number of students who failed is 500 students. Okay. So here we have 36% failed in language, 30% failed in mathematics, 32% failed in science and 2% failed in other subjects. Question 1. The number of students who failed in science is less than the number of students who failed in all other subjects by, okay, so 32% is science and remaining is 100 minus 32, that is 68% students failed in other subjects. So the difference is 68 minus 32, 36% of the total students, which is 36% of 500, which gives me 180 students. So my option is C. Answer is C. Question 2. The central angle of the sector for the students who failed in mathematics. So we have to simply take out the sector angle for this section. Mathematics 30%, so we have to just take 30% of 360, which is 108 degree. So our option is D. Question 3. Total number of students who did not qualify in mathematics and language and science is, okay, so we have to add up this 3, which gives us 98%, and we have to take 98% of 500 to get the answer. 98% of 500 is 490 students. Therefore our correct answer is option B. Question 4. Number of students who failed in mathematics is less than the students who did not qualify in language by what number? So number of students who failed in mathematics is 30% and who failed in language is 36%. So the difference is 6%. So we have to just take 6% of 500, that are 30 students. The difference between the number of students who failed in mathematics and language is 30 students. So option C. Next question. The percentage of students who have failed in mathematics and language is 36% and mathematics is 30%. And all we have to do is, as we can see in the options are in percentage. So we have to just add up this two to get the answer. 36 plus 30 is 66%, option C. So we are done with all the questions. If you like and understand the approach, please rate, review and share the video. Thank you very much. All the best for your endeavor.